All right, I wanted to go over how to use your page builder. So the page builder we have built in is called Elementor. And let's go ahead and start by editing an existing page. So for instance, let's say we wanted to edit this image and this text right here. So the first thing we're going to want to do is click Edit with Elementor at the top. And if you don't have that, don't worry, just click Edit Page or find the page under Pages and then click on the Edit with Elementor button and that will open up the page builder. And it's pretty cool because you can make the changes and see them as you make them. So for instance, with text, you can actually replace the text. So let's just change this text to easily adjust the text for your website. And let's say we want to change the size of that. So you'll notice when you select elements, the left-hand column will automatically adjust for the options for that. So for instance, you can add links, change the alignment, all of that on this left. And then you can also change the style. So like I said, let's say you wanted to change this to a lighter text color. You can do so via that color picker. And if we want to adjust the font size, you can do that as well. And you can even adjust the font size and some of these options on different devices. So if you click on this little desktop icon, it'll bring up tablet and mobile options. And this is really cool. So you have control over the font on multiple devices as well. So anytime you see one of these little icons, you can click through them and adjust specifically for mobile and tablet devices. So let's say we want to change the image. It's pretty easy. Just go ahead and click on the image, and you can either upload one or select one and click Insert. And so we insert a new image. You can adjust the image size if you want as well. Let's say we want it to be a square. You just make it a square and click Apply. And there we go. We have adjusted the image and the text. And let's go ahead and click, or once you're done making changes on the bottom area, you can save the changes. Or you can just close out of the page if you don't want to save them. It's all up to you. So that's going to kind of cover the basics for selecting and editing pages. Using the page builder, you'll also notice there's basically it's broken up into these blue boxes or an entire section. And then these darker colored ones are columns. So this is how you edit a column. And you can do things like adjusting the column width on the fly. And you can have different column options and section options as well. So for instance, let's say we wanted to add a background color to this area. We'll select that section, go to Style, and for background, you can do an image, but for this example, we're just going to select the color. And we've added a background color to that section. And if you want it to be stretched all the way, just go back to Layout and click Stretch. And you've got yourself a full section with a background color. So for instance, that's what we're doing in this section. So if we select that section, if we click Style, you'll see the image that we've uploaded. And there's also other options called an overlay as well to make that color darker. But you can see you have a lot of options for your site. So as far as editing existing content, it's pretty easy to do with the page builder. So I'm going to go ahead and click Save. And actually, let's go ahead and, since we're here already, let's go ahead and go over the slider. So as I mentioned before, you can just click on most of these page builder elements and they'll automatically select them on the side. If they don't, then you can just click on this pencil. So what you see on the left is pretty basic or pretty easy to figure out. You have one slide and then a second slide. So just click on them if you want to adjust them. And you'll notice we have some text at the top. And if I go to that first slide, let's go ahead and edit that text. Let's just call this Easy to Edit. And then you'll see the text changes. Same with Off-Road. Say Pro Editor. And then if you want to adjust the background, just click on the background and you can adjust the background image. So let's go ahead and throw in a different background image there. And if you want, you can also customize certain things per just this slide. So if you want the alignment of the slide to be different or special, things like that, you can do that as well. We have some on the next slide that are like that. You can adjust the button link, the button text, all sorts of that stuff, all within the slider editor or the page builder. You can just play around with all these options. For instance, if you want to adjust the height, you can adjust the height and autoplay on and off, all those same options that you've seen a bunch of times. You can even adjust the text animation. So if you want it to fade up instead of zoom in, it will fade up instead of zooming in. And again, you have similar style options as well. So for instance, let's say we wanted to edit this top color. We can do so easily. Let's make that red. And let's adjust the margin below, make it bigger or smaller. It's all pretty easy to kind of edit all these options around. So you have a lot of control over your slider. As you get more comfortable editing things, you'll kind of notice a lot of the elements are very similar to edit. So let's go and just close out of that. We'll click View Page, leave, and let's go ahead and do one more example. Let's go under Pages and let's add a new page, and we'll call this Page Builder Example. Let's go and click Publish, and then click Edit with Elementor. And you'll notice you have your page builder elements on the side, and you have these add section or add template. So if we go to add section, you can just choose between the column layout. So let's say we want to do a 3-column layout, and you have a choice of all sorts of cool page builder elements. So let's go ahead and start by using a heading, and you just drag it into the element that you want. And then custom heading. And then if you want to go back, you can click this back button. And then we can add things like, let's go and just add a contact form here. And then we'll select one of our contact forms. So we have a contact form, a heading, and then for the third box, let's go ahead and just add a text editor area right there. So that's kind of how you can add elements to your site. And let's go ahead and close out of that. I just kind of want to go over the basics of that. Now the other thing I wanted to go over was templates. And so if you click on this templates button in the bottom and go to templates library, if you click on my templates, these are all templates that come with the demo data. So for instance, let's say you went, hey, I want to put the about page on this page again. Just click insert, and it's going to throw in the about page for you onto your site. And so that's kind of cool. If you'll notice that you'll have access to those under the template library, and you can also save sections. So if you want to see the save button, you can save sections, or you can save entire page templates yourself if you want to reuse certain pages later on.